Sorry. Hey guys, I think we're live. Sorry guys. Sorry, we really didn't even realize it. Sorry guys, did not even notice the time. We're like, Meg was like, dude, look at the time. I'm like, oh, sorry guys.
Oh,
Oh, hello. All right, guys. Tonight's episode of our Travel Bug's dead. You want to give us a call? You can 808-468-7924. Phone lines are open. You want to give us a call? Give us your opinion. We'd love to hear it about travel bugs. Talking about travel bugs tonight. It's been a while since we've talked about them. Okay, Chad, let me hear you real quick. Speak.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello.
And I've talked to Craig for half an hour already. All right, we got Craig from a car, dude. Here we go. In 3. Oh wait, I gotta get the soundboard. Maybe that helps if we work it. Let me try it.
You want to know how
That's good. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
You want to know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag when it's an easy grab. But come on, take a chance now. So go, geocache. And if you need help, we're right there in a flash. If you got a question, just call in and ask. Uncover the stash on the Geocaching Podcast. The Geocaching Podcast.
Welcome, everyone. It's Wednesday. It's 8:30, which means it's once again time for the Geocaching Podcast. My name is Scott Burks. Please welcome my first co-host, C. Michelle. You got to say good day.
G'day.
And please welcome
I thought you did Chad first.
No, I always do you first. Always. Oh, that's sort of horrible. And please welcome to my virtual left, Chad gets sloppy seconds, Chaz 427.
Howdy, y'all. Bugs, to move or not to move? That is the question.
That's right, guys. Tonight's episode 831, recorded live on September 11th. Moment of silence. 2024 is Our Travel Bugs Dead? Phone lines open. Give us a call, 808-468-7924. That is 808-GOT-SWAG. And for your international calls, you can call us free via the web at callinstudio.com/show/GCPC. And before we get emails, I want to apologize that I did a dead show on September 11th. That really, I didn't think that through.
I didn't think about that.
I apologize to everybody in advance about that. Maybe our travel bug's gone, or our travel bug's alive and well.
Gone.
Maybe that's a better term. Guys, my apologies in advance. Please don't send emails. I apologize for that. That was wrong. I should have caught that. That being said, my other two ho-hosts should have caught that as well. So I do apologize for that, guys. But before we lose listeners, we got to talk about Patreon, guys. Guys, it costs a lot of money to make this show work. And as we're losing patrons by the second, we could really use your help. Thanks to all our current subscribers, you get a lot of good stuff. They know they get extra audio, extra video, only available to Patreon members. They get stickers and coins and Patex and pins. They get the coveted end of the year patron only show, which we just give stuff away. It's such a blast. If you've ever been a part of it, it's fun because you never know what you're going to get. So if you want to join in the fun, you join patreon.com or you could one-time pay us. You could give us, you go to paypal.me, that's paypal.me/the geocaching podcast. You make a one-time donation, $50, $5, I don't care. It goes right to the bills. Don't even see it. But if you want to join Patreon, guys, and you really, really, really should, because you'll be a better person. And karma is a real thing. So if you want good karma, you go to patreon.com. That's patreon.com/the geocaching podcast.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Cachly. Cachly is an advanced geocaching app for iOS. It features powerful online and offline features, including filtered searches, offline maps, and offline saving of caches. Cachly has hundreds of advanced features that will make your geocaching experience just that much better. Get more info at Cachly.com. That's CACHLY.com.
There it is. And today we're also sponsored by Logwork. Logwork are the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine write in the rain paper. The logbook designed for the micro containers of the present and future, geared towards the hider who would rather go cache and do cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com.
It's also brought to you by FTF Geocacher Magazine. FTF Geocacher is the magazine for geocachers written by geocachers. With 6 issues a year, FTF offers practical advice, hints and tips, cacher bios and milestones, geocaching events, trail tales, and all things geo-related. Find them at ftfgeocacher.com. That's ftfgeocacher1word.com.
Chad, it's to you.
Oh, and by the Maxed's Body Company. Maxed's Body Company makes handmade bath and body products from all natural oils and butters. Items such as poison pecan soap. Shut up, Scott. Itch spray and 2-cent choices of bug spray are all great for outdoor enthusiasts like geocachers. At Maxed's Body, we have you covered from head to toe. Find them at maxedsbody.com. That's MACSUDSBODY.com.
And by Practical Geocaching. Practical Geocaching sells utility items for geocaching. Their items are made in the USA and they always provide free shipping. Find them at practicalgeocaching.com. That's practicalgeocaching.com.
And Art and Crafted. Art and Crafted creates unique geocaching themed tees, custom designs for you and your geocaching group, with adult sizes ranging from small to 5XL. If you have an idea for a shirt design and cannot find it, then you've gone to the right place. Give them the opportunity to show you how they can enhance your geocaching experience with your own custom design. Visit them at artandcrafted.com. That's ARTEDCRAFTED.com.
And by pattags.com. For all your swag and pattag needs, visit our website to get creative help, to trade or log tags, or to purchase your own personalized pattags. With over 50,000 tags to collect, pattags.com is everything you need to start your pattag obsession. Visit them at pattags.com. That's PATHTAGS.com.
And by Geocaching Adventures LLC. Geocaching Adventures is a full-service travel agency specializing in creating the ultimate worldwide geocaching adventure for cachers and non-cachers alike. What could be better than having your geocaching bucket list vacation all planned and led by a traveling expert? Learn more by visiting them at geocachingadventuresllc.com. That's GEOCACHING adventuresllc.com.
And finally, by GeoGo. Geocaching with GeoGo, the geocaching app for Android that includes a Where-A-Go player, a trackable scanner, companion watch app, and county finds database. If you are an advanced geocacher, GeoGo helps with powerful features like nearby cache notifications, optimized routes, offline mode, bulk TB logging, and much, much more. Learn more and by visiting them at geogo.com. That's GOOH-GO.com.
And as always, Chad, you can
can-
find links to our sponsors on our website or
In our show notes.
in our show notes. That's right. I got to get a better sound for that freaking H every week. That'll never get old, by the way. That would be a staple on the show. So, guys, anybody who's watching live, everybody who is listening to this at work, God bless you. We appreciate you and we love you. Have a good day today. But everybody who's watching live, you'll notice Craig is literally in a car and he's a little grainy because he's using Starlink internet. He's literally like using the Force to be on the show right now. And so,
Yes.
Craig, why don't you explain to everybody, because Craig is a nomad. So Craig, why don't you explain to everybody what your situation is like right now? Because it's quite fascinating.
Okay, for those listening in, try and close your eyes and picture this as well if you're just listening. And that is, I have got an Explorer, Ford Explorer SUV vehicle. So it's quite large. I've removed the rear seat and the rear seat as well because the Ford Explorer has 2 rear seats. Remove them totally. I have a full bed set up on one side and a full, let's say, a cabinet on the other side, which includes all my electrical, the fridge there. There's a kitchen on the side, a pull-out fridge as well, and a pull-out kitchen out the back. On the top, on the roof, I've got a rooftop box for all my gear. And at the same time, I've got a satellite Starlink is up and running as we speak at the moment as well. And of course, I've got the solar. I'm on solar power too, which doesn't help at night, but still, yeah. So that's what I've got currently. I have my laptop set up. I've got my iPad on the side. I'm still the call-in host as well. So I've got my phone down beside me with my earpiece ready to go for all you call-in listeners as well. So there you go, Scott. That's what I've got set up, mate.
That's pretty amazing. Technology. It's a technology just blows me
I
away.
know.
Absolutely. God bless.
Currently situated at a Bass Pro Shop in Morgantown, West Virginia, the home of Geo Woodstock 21 for next year. So there you go. Yeah, another plug.
Isn't this the first co-host to do a show live from the road with video? That is not true. Pre-Chad, before Chad, me and Corey did a show. Me and Corey were on the road. Me and Corey were both in the field doing the show live with video. We were both going for FDFs, I think, at the same exact time. If I recall. That's an old show, long time ago.
And there were shows where each of you have ran out the
Ran
house
out.
during the middle of the show with an FTF notification.
Oh, the good old days. The good old days, man. Wow. That's all. Yeah, that's a long time ago. That's like pre-Jesse, pre-Craig. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Ryan Selma remembers that show. Great show from the field. See, yeah, he remembers that show. I just saw Ryan.
Yeah.
I just had dinner with Ryan. I just had dinner with him Friday
Oh.
night. That isn't that awesome?
Nice.
I was in Kansas, and he
you
lives
go.
in Kansas. I was literally in his town. I was literally in the town he lives in. We went and got the Cash Across America in Kansas, and he was there, and we went and had dinner. Me and Cody had dinner with him. It was so good to see him because I haven't seen him since Seattle. So it was awesome to spend some time with him and chit chat and have some fun and talk about Joe Woodstock coming up and all that. And yeah, we had a great time. So Ryan, it was awesome to see you, buddy. I was so happy to have dinner with you. It was awesome. Where are we in the show? Okay, so guys, we do have some news here. So I gotta find there it is. Sorry guys, we'll get into the show in a minute. We keep going off topic. So I got the email on Tuesday, September equinox. Guess what? Another souvenir, guys. How about that? Another souvenir. September equinox. Between September 22nd and 28th. What is that? In 2 weeks, right? That's 2 weeks from now. That week, you find three caches, events, or lab caches, and you get the September equinox souvenir.
Nice.
So 3 in 6 days.
Yeah.
3 in 6 days. That's not that hard to do,
I think we can do that.
I hope you can do that. I'm sure Craig can do it. I mean, Craig's driving, for Christ's sake. So wait, Craig, so we didn't finish the story. So how long are you nomading right now?
Yeah.
How long are you out for?
So I'm currently on my way at the moment to Texas because there's a big Munzie event in Texas that I'm going to in Fort Worth. And then after that, I'm coming back south, back down around south to Rome, Georgia for going caching. Remember, we had them on the other week. And yeah, so I'll be in Rome, Georgia for going caching. Scott, I've got cards to give away, like the actual going caching cards. Yes, I've got them.
I have cards too. I got Chad. Did you get cards? Tell me you got cards.
I've got cards. I've already got. I already basically took a deck of the show cards and my cards and paired them up in there so that I can take 2 of them at a time out instead of pulling from 2 different piles.
Chad,
so mine's already sorted.
Chad, I feel 2 in here. Do you want one of these? I can't mail them to you. You're
I've got plenty. I've got plenty.
Okay, Craig, take some from Chad. Okay. I'm never going to use Chad and Craig. It's 2 C's. So Craig, take some from Chad and pass them out. You're a host.
Will do, mate. Yeah, so going caching and then heading back to New Jersey after that. So I'm back in New Jersey for another event, Munzie event back in New Jersey before flying all the way across the ditch across to the UK for a couple of weeks. So there you go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go to the UK?
I know.
No,
I've never been.
I've got friends. I got friends from the UK.
Friends in the UK. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of going caching, we do have a couple of emails. DT Charlie, friend of the show, old listener from the show, DT Charlie says, I have a question about the going caching event. So, Chad, you're probably the expert here on this. After listening to the podcast, I started to get a little worried. It seems as though a lot of the fun involves the side activities, and the side activities require purchases made from the store. I was not smart enough to make any purchases before the store closed. I did manage to get my own going caching trading cards before that ended, however. So I'm wondering, Chad, parentheses, Chad, I added that. Will I still have fun? Obviously, geocaching and meeting fellow cachers is a lot of fun, but I'm wondering about the event itself. Thanks for any information / advice you have.
You definitely will have fun. So I suggest definitely making it to the Wednesday evenings event, finding a group that has cards and work with them and get so you will have like a basic puzzle information that is given with the package. But you will there's also the extra stuff with the trading cards that you normally need to gather up each of the pirates, or not pirates, each of the whatever characters, the Carmen Candiego characters that they're going to have, and there's probably going to be like 10 of them, and you're going to need that information in order to be able to get into the I think the escape room, or maybe it's just the stamps from the puzzles that you need from to get into there. But anyways, get with a group of people. They're going to be gathering up all the cards. They're going to be trading out cards. Work with them and become a member of their team for that particular event. So, but yeah, definitely come enjoy. You're going to have fun no matter what you do. Even if you didn't do that, you would still have fun. You'd have the march down the main street. You would have the plays. You would have the after party. There's so many activities that you can do and still have fun. And you might not have bought the what do you call that? The ticket for the
bar
where you go bar.
The bar
hopping. Yeah. But you can go with a group of people and go to each of them anyways. And so you might not be getting a small drink at each of them, but maybe you get a big drink at one of them, or two of them, or three of them. But anyways, definitely you're going to have plenty of opportunity for fun.
I don't know about you guys, but whenever I go to these mega events and they have those things, even just like the basic bingo stuff as well, I never get that thing filled in because I'm too busy talking about everything else as well. So I never have any entries in anything. I just go around and just chat and video. That's all I do.
Yeah, basically I do too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's so much to do besides some of the very going caching specific items, and even those items, you can still do it even if you hadn't purchased anything.
Yeah.
And wait, Craig, now that you're a host of this show, people are going to flock to you. They're going to flock.
No, I flocked to Chad. And
last year. I know. They flocked.
Yeah, I flocked to Chad. Yeah. With Josh and I, and we scremed at the top of our lungs as we did it too. Yeah. And his eyes went really wide open, like, oh no.
They flocked.
Who are these crazy guys?
I got to move on.
Yeah.
All right.
Geocaching podcast.
DT Charlie, you'll have an awesome time. Don't worry.
Definitely.
M Nerve says, this is related to the show tonight. M Nerve says, get this, guys. This is a good one. Recently, I found a set of geocoins on shopgoodwill.com.
Really?
I was able to read the tracking number on one of the coins and logged it as discovered coin. The coin was owned by KS Renegade and released into the wild on April 9th, 2009. It moved 15 times and traveled 979 miles before it disappeared on July 26th, 2011. This is the best part. The tracking number is, everybody get a pen, TBZBZG8.
That looks like that's the actual tracking number. That's
the page. Oh, that's the page.
Yeah,
so
that's the page. That's the tracking number, not the discovered number, not the GC.
Right. Again, TBZBZG8. If anybody wants to see it. Soon after discovering it, I received this message from Vic and Randy. I noticed you discovered a missing geocoin of KS Renegade that's been missing since 2015. KS Renegade was our best friend who died in 2017.
Oh.
Do you have a link or the item name it was listed on shopgoodwill.com? I'd love to get it back. Vic and Randy won the auction for the geocoin. The coin's history now says found in an online auction and brought it home. Is that such an awesome story?
Nice.
That's a nice story.
Shopgoodwill.com. Why are you on shopgoodwill.com? Just out of curiosity. That's my first question. Shopping geocoins on shopgoodwill.com.
And let's be honest, we've heard of eBay, we've heard of all those sort of, auction sites, but
never even
shop Goodwill.
No, never even thought of that. Dude, I love a good Goodwill. Me and Toby love Goodwill. We go to Goodwill all the time. We pick each other the stuff that which we have to wear. That's what me and Toby do.
Yeah, they're the ones.
Oh yeah. Best. All right, guys. Tonight, are travel bugs alive and well? That is the show tonight. Guys, the phone lines are open. Give us a call, 808-468-7924. Give us your opinions about the travel bugs. So, first up, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's let's talk about travel bugs. First travel bug. Chad, how early in your caching career? Travel bugs, not coins, not any of that. Legit travel bugs.
The first one that I found, or the
First
first one I
thoughts.
put up?
First thoughts on it. When you saw one, and you're like,
When
oh,
I
that's
first
cool.
saw it, it's like,
Like,
wow, this is great. So the first time I found it out was probably around my 12th cache, and I basically went to a cache and found a geocoin in there, and it's like, ooh, what's
Coin.
this?
Not a coin. I want a bug.
This well, it's a
Oh.
trackable.
I know.
This was
Yeah, it's a
We're not
trackable.
talking about trackables tonight. We're talking about travel bugs.
travel bug.
Yeah, but if a
specifically.
coin,
Yeah.
if a coin is in an actual cache, then technically it's a travel bug.
No, it's you know what I'm talking about. Travel bug dog tags. You know. Don't be difficult. We all know. We're talking about travel bugs. Chad, you remember your 1st
Mhm.
travel bug?
I remember the first travel bug I put out. I do not remember the first travel bug that I
That you
found.
found? Okay. What did you think of it? Like I remember when I first heard of travel bugs, I saw one and I was like, oh, that's freaking cool. Like people actually pass the stuff around. We didn't know that people steal them, and that was too.
Right.
But like I was like, that's amazing that can work.
Mm.
That you could literally say I want this to go to California, and people will take it to California. That's pretty amazing. And this is way before I don't even know when they started going on cars and stuff, but my car's got one. I don't know if your car. I'm assuming C. Michelle's car's got to have one. I hope it does.
Yeah, of course, one's got one.
But but I'm talking about just like literally a travel bug that's
Right.
in a cache. I've had so many. I think all of mine have gone missing, except for obviously the Lego, my whatchamacallit, my Fisher Price man,
Oh,
who's alive as well. But other than that, yeah, most of mine have gone missing. I don't have any still out.
In my defense, I think I would have remembered my first travel bug if I had found a travel bug before I had found a geocoin.
Really?
yeah.
Oh, you know what?
What?
I take that back. The first travel bug that I found was in China.
No way.
What? No.
It was in a cache in China, and it was a pair of miniature handcuffs. And I brought it back to the US. It was one. I found it in Shanghai. It was wanting to go to Shenzhen, which is across the border from Hong Kong. And at the time, I was traveling to China 2 or 3 times a year. But that was my very last trip to China.
No.
I had brought it back to the U.S. I kept it for a while. I was expecting to go back there, and then finally, I found someone that was going back to China, and said, "Here, take this and drop it back."
What's amazing, guys? I wanted to find this, and I did find it. By the way, anybody you want to talk about travel bugs? Give us a call 808-468-7924. We are live. This right here, I don't want to show it. Okay, good. No, wait. Let me hide this. This, Chad, you know what this is? I think somebody gave this to me, and I think it was Jim RKY. I think.
Okay.
This is from like 2008. These are so old, Chad. These actually have the old like I don't know if you remember. No. It's got a chain. Yeah, it's got a chain. Did the new ones not have chains? I don't know. Did the new ones not have, this has a chain.
I think they do.
This actually has
some do, some don't.
Here, look it. I want to see. Hold on.
I got so many
I'm
of them.
gonna hide the. Look at this thing.
What is that?
Is that an activation thing?
This is the activation thing.
Activation
Yeah,
code.
it's it's literally a piece of paper. Like it's literally a piece of paper. Sorry, guys, if you're at work, I'm literally holding up a piece of paper that just says tracking number, activation code. Save this sticker. See groundspeak.com to activate. Groundspeak.com. That's all.
Do they even come with activation codes anymore on the travel bugs?
Sticker. I mean,
I think they do, but if you don't have it because people lost it so many times, you can get your activation code online as well.
Yeah, you just do it. You just put it in there. So I haven't created a new TB
I know.
personal TV in
I
in a
think
while. So
no, the last one. No, the
the
last
last,
one.
I said in a
Our race.
while. So I was
Our
like,
race.
our race was the last one I
Yeah.
made.
Yeah.
Anybody who's new to this show, including Craig, a couple years ago, was it during COVID? When was that? Was that COVID?
It was COVID.
We had a race. Me, Chad, and Jesse had a race. We did a race. Was it Chicago to Florida, Chicago to California, and California back, or did we just do California to Chicago?
You and Jesse had sent yours out to me in California, and they arrived like within a week of each other.
Right.
And then we said we're going to put them, or we're going to put those back out plus one that I put out,
And
and they were to travel to you in
race
Illinois.
in our house. Yes, and that took what, a year, over a year.
About a year, yeah, over a year.
Over a year to get back to Chicago. Yeah, I have all three. I've got them all. I do.
So they made it by Midwest Geobash, right? Of 2022.
Yeah, because they made it. No, if I remember correctly, Tyrone Shoelaces gave me yours. Remember, he went and got it from that kid who took it out the cash.
Right, but we were talking about that when I was going to Midwest Geobash, but I think yours or Jesse's had arrived before that, and I believe one of those literally was on your porch at one point.
Oh yeah, wheels double zero. Wheels double zero. Tease me.
Did not drop it.
Tease me with it. Didn't drop it. Didn't drop it. And then we saw Jesse's live in Washington. We saw it and we touched it, but one of the rules was we couldn't move it, so she had to put it back.
No.
She had to put it back. Yeah, but she took it.
Yeah.
So like clearly it's like the fun of it is still there. You know, I love doing it. The problem was they'd always go missing. I loved it. Like when I did it to try and get to Mark over in England for years ago, the Fisher Price man, and I got to him. I'm praying that it gets back here. I'd love to see that little guy again. You know, I'm hoping it makes it back. I should have told him to mail it to me, but that cash. But you know what? That takes the spirit away from the game.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
I think you get a little bit of TB burnout when you've lost so many of them, and
it's hard. Yeah, it is difficult. I mean, I've got like 30 in my cash outside of my porch right now. There's so many of them, so it's alive and well. The good news is that people are still putting them out. People are still
putting them out. I still see them in caches, and
they are doing well. You know,
if they got a tag on them, I will read it and see if I can make it progress. If it doesn't have a tag on it, nowadays I typically don't bother unless it's, hey, I was out of special cash, and there's a TB and there's like, okay, I'm gonna grab a TB out of it, just kind of as memory and then move it on.
Craig, I didn't ask you. Do you remember your first travel? Do you remember your first travel bug?
Well, this is the thing. You got to bear with me, Scott, because mine is an actual coin. Okay, it was my very first cash. I know you're shaking your head, but listen to the story first. Listen to because you're gonna laugh. You're gonna love this story. It was my very first cash, my very, very first cash ever. I went in down a local park, grabbed the cash, went, oh my God, this is so amazing. Look at this, this game I've never seen before. I get that bug feeling, and then there's this coin, this beautiful large coin in there as well. So I pick up that coin out of it because I thought this is worth money because it's cash. So I put put it all back, went back home. I started researching then what it was, and it come up as a trackable. And me not thinking, actual with a tracking code, I'm thinking trackable as in a device that's a tracking device like an AirPod or whatever, or an air code thing.
What year was
I went
this?
and put it back. 2014. I went and put it back. I went and put it back in because I thought, no, I don't want anyone to rocking up to my house thinking that, where's that coin?
My coin back,
so I went and
please.
put it back.
I have my coin back, please.
There you go. Yeah. So I went and put it back. And then 2 days later, after researching more, I realized what it actually was and went and got it again and moved it on. So there you go.
Nice.
I told you it was worth it. See, there you go. There you go.
Someone needs to put a tile.
And then he kept it.
So someone needs to put a tile, one of those tile trackers on a TV.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome. Yeah, and see where it goes.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Yeah. What? So is okay. So travel bugs obviously go missing. What do we do? Is there anything you can do when a travel bug goes missing? Is there anything that we can do? Is there any tips? Does anybody know anything to do?
So if it's
Education.
depends upon how it's gone missing. If someone has picked it up and it's never been dropped off again, trying to reach out to the individual, and I'm going to avoid using derogatory terms, and try to educate them and try to get them, encourage them to go drop it in another cache. It doesn't always work. Trust me. I know.
No. Oh no, trust me.
I
was
gonna say, Scott, I've had friends as well, and I'm not guilty of this. This is actually a true friend story as well. And that is, he picked the actual travel bug up out of the cache itself. He was doing like a power trail, put it in his car. I'll log it later. Didn't log it later. 3 years after that, he was vacuuming his car and found it under the mat. 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
I found one in the bottom of my caching bag.
Out of his bag years later.
Like 3 years afterwards, and it was like I felt very, very bad.
No, I told you that one mother emailed me saying she found it in her kid's drawer years later. She's like, "What do you want me to do?" I'm like, "Put it back out." She put it out, and the cache got muggled. That's the greatest fucking thing. Oh, excuse my language. Greatest thing. The cache gets muggled as soon as she puts it back out. I love that.
And I've heard of people finding them in garage cells.
Oh,
and,
yes.
and
Yes.
and getting them returned back into the wild afterwards. And
would you remember that whole thing? Was that in California with those guys who were stealing them, and they found that whole cache, for excuse my lack of a better term here, but the whole cache of travel bugs, like a stash of them, maybe that's a better word. And then like I think Cody had some in there. Cody Dog 00 had some in there, and Joshua had some in there. Don't you remember that? A couple years ago, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
I remember something about that. I don't remember the details. I'm not sure if it was California or not.
I can't remember if it was actually California, but like there was a stash of them that and a bunch of people had them in there. Like,
it's like we got GBs or Linda on. I don't know. They wouldn't know.
Trust me, someone will tell me I'm wrong. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But so when they're missing here, what was that? Is that website still around? Remember that website, Saving Trackables, saving travel bugs?
Oh,
do you remember that website?
I remember there was a website of sorts. Yeah.
Someone
I don't
remember
know if it's still around.
Give me 10 seconds. Someone in the chat will remember. It was like
a
website where you can go. It was for like lonely travel or like abandoned ones or ones that were in a cache that's been sitting there forever. Because people love to dump travel bugs in caches that people hit like once a year. TB Rescue. There we go. Thank you.
There we go.
TB Rescue. Thank you. Oh, now it's on Project GC. GCPC took it over. Ah, thank you guys.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I love our chat room. They always when we don't know, someone knows. Someone knows. TB Rescue was awesome back in the day. I'd used it before. I've gone and saved because I knew I was going to a cache that was far away, and I saw a travel bug in there. I'm like, I wonder if somebody's looking for that one. Sure enough, they're like, can someone grab my trackable, please? So I did.
Nice.
We do have a call here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's weird. I can't talk.
Oh, didn't I write it in properly? Why can't you talk to him?
I think I'm already on.
Oh, he's already on. How did you get on?
Oh, he's already on.
How did you already get on?
I heard a little beep, and I just sat here quietly.
Man, Craig, do we have to go over the rules here again, dude?
That's me. That's me. That's me.
That's all on you, kid. Oh, just sometimes. Thank you for being quiet. I appreciate that, Scott. What's up, man? What can we do for you?
Loved trackables have moved thousands, I would imagine. I move them all the time, but I am now going through a complete transition because, I actually liked your original RTBs dead because I think they are becoming that way. I'll pick them up out of caches. I take my trackables to events to get rid of them because I just don't trust leaving them in caches.
Oh, really?
But, I came back from Michigan a while ago with about 12 trackables. I activated 8 trackables as part of the Cosmic Quest, and I can't get rid of them. I take them to the events, walk around, ask everybody, do you move trackables? And get out of 16 people, 15 will say, no, I don't. They're in too much trouble. No, I don't. I lost one once.
Yeah.
No, I don't. They have all these reasons. And I have about 10 of them still. And when they're gone, I'm done.
Really?
I'm
You're
not going to
done?
move them. Nope.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Done.
I mean, the porch cache, it's got probably 30 in there, and people come and they drop them off. I'm like, no, take like 5. You can't like drop off 3 and take 9. I'm like, you got to like take more than you
Right.
freaking drop off, or those are never getting, like, there's so many in there. But yeah, it just seems like people drop them. Like, I mean, just this past trip that me and Cody took, we found one in Missouri. He picked it up. I did. He's like, I'm taking this. I'm like, all right. And we dropped it. I think he dropped it in Kansas or maybe even Texas. So we moved it a bunch. You know, we moved it probably, 800 or 900 miles. Hopefully that was the right way. But I don't think we read it. But we did move one because it was in a cache. It was in a cache that rarely gets hit. So we're like, like it was a puzzle or something. So he's like, I'm gonna move this just to be a nice guy. I'm like, okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
The concept is fabulous.
I think the concept, I think the concept is fabulous.
Aren't playing.
Well, it's a different game, Scott. When we've talked about this countless times, it's a different game now. It used to be a woodsy game. It's not a woodsy game anymore. It used to be an ammo can game. It's not an ammo can. It's not. I'm sorry. Fight me all you want. We can argue it. Hell, I'll have a whole show about it. It's not an ammo can game anymore. It's not. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Nope. It's not.
No argument from me.
Yeah.
No.
So I did one trick.
Adventure Labs were fun. Adventure Labs were interesting.
Yeah.
And now they're sit in a rest stop and get 150 fine.
Yeah.
I've never had that opportunity.
Oh, it's glorious.
Really?
Yeah, but Scott, that being said, are you surprised? Are you surprised, us as a society, are you surprised that would happen? The beauty about things is that new things come along and people figure out a way to exploit it and how to take advantage of it. That's just the way it works, as human beings, I assume, but it's everything has its place, and I believe that in this game, or I wouldn't keep playing it. That being said, I'd prefer an ammo can over a lamp skirt any day of the week, but everything has its place. Some people like going to events.
It doesn't. I don't even want to put them down, because people love to do them. People are traveling great distances to go do those.
Yeah.
And, there's, as my latest axiom is, there are so many aspects of this game. Find the ones that bring you joy and leave the rest for other people to enjoy.
Yep.
That's why
Even Brian,
exactly.
Brian Ruff, when they asked him about this, I think you might have been the one to ask him. He says that, our geocachers are very creative, and so we bring something out.
Yeah,
and they
figure out a way. They figure out a way to exploit it.
Yeah.
I mean, who at Adventure Lab GeoArts is freaking genius. I'm sorry, it's genius. And I never would have thought of that. And that's just someone's with a smarter brain than me. We could find something interesting here to make this work.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
it's it's a game, and it's the beauty part is that there's so many aspects of it that it's that's why I never understood the who are those guys that like are purists? What are they called? Dirtbags, the geocaching dirtbags. Love the logo.
Yeah.
Love their logo, but like I don't agree with what they stand for, because some people like lamp skirts, some people like ammo cans, some people like both, some people like neither. It's a game. And it's sure, there's a purist way of playing it, the old school way, but not old school anymore. Like some people, like these little kids, don't want to go into the woods. They want to do lamp skirts. They want to do ones in parks and in pine trees and stuff like that. So it's for everybody. It's and that's why I don't agree with that. But some people are purists. I was mentored by a purist. My mentor, I see it, was a super purist. He did that whole remember the manifesto, Chad? What was that? 2020, 2021? We did that show with I see it on the show. I mean, that was my mentor. He taught me how to cache, and like,
right.
He was a super purist, So it's, it's, I don't know. Anyway, So Scott, I'm sorry, getting back. Sorry, Chad, Craig, do you want to say something? Sorry.
I was just going to say, speaking of the dirt bags, I had a big run-in with the dirt bags in Australia because I said the same thing as you, Scott, and that is, yes, I agree with what they're saying. I agree that, I love an ammo can more than anyone else. I love a hike. I love getting out in the woods. I love all that aspect as well, but not everyone does. And they were putting down people who were hiding mint tins and hiding other things. They were putting down.
Mm-hmm.
They were crushing these. They actually go out and crush these mint tins and whatever, and actual real caches, and they'd like get rid of them because they're not an ammo can. And I called them out like publicly on one of my videos. Well, then they all come for me, didn't they? Oh, wow. They came for me big time. 3 or 4 or 5 of them all come for me at the same time. I'm like, wow, this is insane. So, but play the game how you want to play the game. I've always said that. There is a right and wrong up there, but there's a lot of gray. There's a lot of gray in this game.
A lot of gray.
Yeah.
Like our beards, like all of our beards. A lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chad, any final thoughts, Chad, on this topic?
One of the things I was saying, because we were talking about becoming too much work, I do one of the things that I do on all the coins and travel bugs that I put out or that I get now that are in my inventory. I label them at the beginning as TAS 427s.
Oh yeah, so I do that too. Yeah,
and way I can sort, and it's like I think I got like maybe 5 that are going caching or geocaching that are up front, and then it starts in the TASs, and then I can hit to the last, and then it's in the TASs, and I can quickly see if I've got someone else's. I picked someone else's up that I logged in. It's stuck in a bag somewhere, and I check that periodically just to make sure that I don't have someone else's travel bug. Because if I do pick it up, I am going to log it right away.
I always log it immediately.
As in my inventory.
Yeah, I do that too. I log it immediately. Yeah. Well, that being said, unless somebody hasn't dropped it yet. If somebody hasn't dropped it yet,
if someone hasn't dropped it yet, I will give it some time, and then I have like contacted the last person or so that had they put a comment, dropped a TB, blah blah blah, in the things like, yeah, you physically put it in there. I don't think you actually dropped it. Do you want me to grab it out of your hands?
Miles. You want the miles? Yeah, like give it the miles. Respect it.
Exactly.
Scott, I'm different. I actually grab it from the person if they haven't dropped it yet. Actually, they physically dropped it, but haven't dropped it online. I grab it from their hands, but then I dip it into the cache as I go. So it still gets the miles.
That's reasonable as well.
Yes,
it still gets the miles, but I didn't actually physically take it out of their hands. So there you go.
Yeah, I will give them a day to drop it. I will if they haven't, because sometimes they put it in that day. So I'm like, all right, give them a day. Sorry, Scott, we hijacked you. Scott, that stinks that you're gonna stop doing trackables. That's because I like trackables. But so Scott, do you think they're dying? Do you think
I think I'm done, and I think and I'm glad that people continue to do it, and I'm glad to hear that you guys pick them up and take them out, and keep it up.
But do you think it's a dying breed? Do you think it's a dying art form?
In my experience, in my community here in Southern California, it's a dying breed.
Really? And so do new cachers not even do it?
A lot of people discover them, but they don't move them.
Well, that's what megas are for. You dump them at the mega, then it's their problem.
Then it just gets lost.
Okay.
You get enough newbies that say, "Oh, I want these."
Thanks, Scott. That's what
I pressed the wrong button, Scott. I pressed the wrong button, Scott. I pressed the wrong button.
You did press the wrong button. You did. It's okay.
There you go.
Okay. You're still learning. It's okay. By like the 9th show, I'm gonna get angry. But that first show, I'll let you go.
That's okay. That's okay.
I don't stay angry long. Don't worry. Okay. Well, let's talk etiquette for handling a logging truck. Find them in a cache. Let's talk about etiquette here.
Yeah.
Talk about etiquette. Craig, give me etiquette.
Etiquette for me personally, and this is only my opinion and what I do, and that is, like yourself, when I grab it out of the actual cache itself, I then use either Cachely or the geocaching app, whatever it is, and they've got a scanner on it. It used to be TB. Remember TB Scan? I think that's still
Mhm.
around, but I use Cachely. We've got one now
Sure.
too. So I literally, before I get back to the car, I scan it with my Cachely and then log it when I log my actual cache itself, which is pretty much at the same time. So I always log mine as soon as I pick them up. As soon as I pick them up, I log them, because
I
then
use-
it gives me notifications that, that's right, I've got one still in the car. I've got to drop it off. You see, so it registers to me when I go to log another cache. Oh, that's right, I've got 1 or 2 trackables. I could drop one in here. So go back to the car, pick one up, and put it in a cache. So I move it along. Yeah.
I do as well. I as soon as I get, because I'll forget. So I do it as soon as I also want to pull it out of the cache just in case somebody's coming later and they're like, hey, it's not there. So I want to immediately pull it out of there. But I will log it, and I'll try and drop it as quick as I can. Usually, well, it's always nice when you have a porch. I can just drop it in the porch. But when you don't have that, obviously, I try and get out to a cache as quick as I can. What about you, Chad?
Yeah, I'll use GeoGo's ability to scan them and log them immediately.
Do you, Chad? Do you pick them up, or are you okay? There's 3 in a cache. Let's have an example.
Mhm.
There's 3 in a cache, 3 travel bugs. Are you discovering them? Are you taking any of them? Or are you just discovering them?
So if they don't have so it's not a geocoin.
Not a coin. Travel bugs.
If it
You've seen
if it does not have a tag on it, or isn't extremely cool in any way, then I'm only discovering. But if it's got a tag on it with a mission and I can help it along on that mission, I'm gonna take it.
So you will actually check the mission. Okay, now most people, and I love when people do this, but nobody does.
Like I said,
Actually
it has to
puts
have
the
a
mission
tag.
right there. It has to have
It has to have it right there. I'm not going to pull it up and read the mission, because that's an extra step. It doesn't, when you scan it, it doesn't like pop up, here's the mission. If maybe that's something that we can add to one of the apps that pops up the mission for it.
Oh, what do you mean pops up? When would it pop up? I mean,
when you scan it. So if they're scanning it, they should be able to go into the database, pull out what the mission is, and display it. Maybe that's something that we need for the apps. But right now I don't see that ability. So if it doesn't have it on there, I'm not going to make all the extra efforts in order to figure out what the mission is on it.
Okay, fair enough. We do have a call here. Am I seeing this right? Is this Germany calling us tonight? Hello, confused idiot. Hi. What time is it in Germany right now?
4:17 a.m.
Well, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. Why aren't you sleeping? Shame on you. But I hope you don't work tomorrow or today, I guess.
No.
So your experience with travel bugs. What a travel, I have to say, I made a joke last week, and I hope you weren't listening, that Germany is where travel bugs go to die. From the US. That's that's the United States joke, is when it goes to Germany, that's where it dies. So tell us about travel bugs in Germany. I'm dying to hear. I am all ears.
Well, I know many travel bugs in Germany that are from the USA, but they aren't really dying here. There are still some who get lost, like others, yeah. And but in my opinion, not many are dying here in Germany.
Well, when I say dying, let me I can't put the dying with 9/11. What I mean is, I know. I apologize, guys. What I mean is that, like, they just spin and spin. They just keep traveling and traveling. They never leave Germany. They just keep going around Germany, because you guys apparently move trackables like crazy. But it's just so that, what I mean is, they never come back to the United States. They just, I mean, I have one that's like from 2008. I think it's still spinning around Germany. It's going from like castle to castle to castle. So like, so that's what I mean when I say die. Excuse me, I don't mean like get lost. I mean like you guys move trackables well out there.
Yeah. But we don't get outside of Germany or to USA that much. We get around Europe pretty well, but to USA is bit tricky, I would say.
A little bit, yes.
We have a few travel bug hotels at airports at German airports, like at parking lots at the airport, where we can put them which want to go outside of Germany or to where you have to fly. But like in my case, I haven't been to USA yet. But I found a trackable once at an event which wanted to go to Paris in France.
Oh, nice.
And it's about 6 or 7 hours of driving from my place to Paris. And I was like, yeah, my husband and I like to go to Paris, like for a weekend.
Sure. Who doesn't want to go to Paris for a weekend? Sure.
Yeah. So we grabbed it up, and my husband is a geocacher too, but he wasn't at this event. And I came home with this trackable, and I said, "Hey, this trackable wants to go to Paris."
Right.
So 2 weeks later, we just drove this trackable to Paris, made one find in Paris, a TB hotel in Paris directly near the Eiffel Tower, and then drove home.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. You know what I love is that like I drive 6-7 hours and I'm in Missouri. She drives 6-7 hours and she's in Paris. Can we talk about that for a second? Like, that's amazing.
I mean, to France, I just need to like 1.5 hours, like western, and if I drive 1.5 hours southern, I'm in Switzerland.
I drive 1.5 hours. I'm in Wisconsin, for the record. Okay. Wow, that's unbelievable.
So where are you at? Someplace like Stuttgart, or
where are you in Germany?
Near Stuttgart.
Oh,
okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Porsche and Mercedes headquarters.
So have you put out a travel bug? Have you put one out yet?
I've put out a few. One made it to the US.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah. And then I've got like one is like a coin. It's with my keys. So I just keep it with my keys and go around with my keys. So every time I log a geocache, I put it as visited. Another one is on my geocaching backpack.
Oh, of course. Yes.
It's I found a cool website. It's called Vagabond Rings. Just like little rings with engraved countries.
Oh,
so
nice.
you can order those countries. Like when you visited those countries, you can order them.
Well, you can order the ring.
Them.
Oh, no, yeah. They have that in the US. They have that for baseball parks. They have it like when you visit a baseball park. They have.
Yeah, and they also offer like personal engraving. So you just put a text.
Nice.
You just write a text down on the side, and then they engrave it on one ring and send it to you.
Nice.
So I ordered a trackable with the number.
Oh,
and
nice.
Put it on a ring.
Genius. Oh, Germany. Yeah. All right. We appreciate you calling in from Germany. It's super late there, so we appreciate your call. Confused Idiot, which is a fantastic geocaching. Is that your geocaching name? Confused Idiot?
Yeah.
That's awesome. How did you get that? How do you get Confused Idiot? Is one of those like a 0 or something? How do you get Confused Idiot? How has that not been taken?
I got it. I got it from a friend.
You got it from a friend?
Actually, I kind of stole it.
How does that work?
I was born in the 90s, so I grew up with like whole gaming world.
Sure.
And when I grew up, the online games came up.
Yeah.
So you needed like a nickname for the
Sure.
internet.
Of course.
And I had a good friend who had already picked Confused Idiot as nickname. And once I met him, I was like, "Oh, that's a really cool nickname." So
It is.
so I took it. I copied it, and since then I got Confused Idiot everywhere.
Nice.
All right. Well, you be well. Thank you for calling in. Get some sleep. You're gonna have a miserable day tomorrow because you're up too late. And you be well. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate
I
you.
can sleep in.
Oh, it's true. All right, you be well. We'll talk soon. Call us again. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you too.
Bye. Jed, really quickly, I know you did. What was your 90s handle for video games? 90s handle, not today. Your
90s handle for video games. Tivoli.
Okay. Craig, did you play video games in the 90s? What was your handle? What was it?
See my shell.
Get out.
See my
Was it
shell.
really?
I've been See My Shell since high school. My mates called me See My Shell because my first name's Craig. There's the C, and my last name's Michelle, like the girl's name. So it's See My Shell. And it got obviously it started off not too PG rated. Let's just say that. Right. And then it kept on going from there. So there you go. See My I've always been See My Shell.
For the record, I was Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. That makes sense.
I was Chewbacca.
So I switched my handle to Taz427 in 2000, so 24 years ago, because I was started building a replica of a 427 Shelby Cobra.
Oh, nice.
And I've always been I've had a number of people that refer to me as Taz or a Tasmanian Devil. So you know,
because you're so fast. What are you fast at?
No,
you're like the slowest person I know.
No, it's more like it was more like my temperament. It's more like the temperament of a Tasmanian Devil, or the Tasmanian Devil and the not
so internally, Chad. Internally, you're spinning around. No nonsense.
Of a Tasmanian Devil.
Externally, he's like slow motion. All right, we do have a
here
call.
I was thinking he was born in April, end of April. Here I was thinking he was born end of April, Chad.
Okay, we've got Utah. Goblin Camper, it's been a while. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It is. How are you?
So I'm doing all right.
Good.
Actually, I wanted to say that we do have our own travel book and Geo coins, but we don't release them. So we have released some before when we first started out, but they've gone missing.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, that's what happens. So you did okay. So do you grab travel bugs out of a cache if you see them, or you only discover them, or you do nothing?
I do.
You do what?
I do take travel bugs out of caches.
Really? And you?
Yes, one of them we actually got out of the first New Mexico cache we found, and we actually have it on a watch list.
Really?
Yeah, it's currently in the hands of a big guy in Texas.
Oh, man. Okay. Yes. Okay.
I love big guy in Texas.
Yeah,
she's great.
Go ahead.
TV9F.
Oh, wait. You get wait. Hold on. What are you giving out there? What is that? Tell us again what you're giving out.
It's just the reference number for the page.
Okay. What is it again?
It's TV9F C6W, and that will take you to the site.
C6W, I think. I think it was.
I was having a hard time hearing it.
We can't hear you.
I was. But Scott, I do believe if you scroll back.
Oh, she put it in the chat room. She put it in the chat room.
Put it in the chat. Yeah, scroll back, people in the chat, and you'll see it in the chat there. So discover those. Yeah, there you go.
I don't look at the chat. Sometimes I do, but yeah. I can't. I got too much stuff going on here. Okay, that's awesome. Goblin Camper, always a pleasure to hear from you. Always a pleasure. You be well.
Yeah. So I do move tacticals around when I do them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You be well. We got to wrap this show up. It's 9:30. So you be good. Thanks for calling. You call again. We appreciate you.
All right.
Okay.
Sure will.
You be well.
Bye.
So Chad, really
Mm-hmm.
quickly before we go, let's talk about the rise of the virtual trackables here, because this game has
The rise
changed.
of the virtual trackable.
Virtual trackable. What's a
Never
virtual
heard of it.
trackable? Craig, what's a virtual trackable?
Virtual trackable, isn't that the things like you're on the car TVs and all that sort of stuff?
Right.
That you talk about?
The human
Yeah,
TVs.
the ones
the human trackable.
human
So
TV.
That's
Human
not a
TV.
virtual trackable. That's a trackable.
Oh, it's a-
Human trackable.
No, it's you can't
It's not-
physically
not a
place
track-
it and
doesn't have a
leave it in a
piece, it doesn't
container.
have a
You can
thing.
you can cut your arm off and stick it in a container if you're really, really dedicated.
Then it's then it's a trackable. Yes, but until then,
Then it's a trackable. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that's true.
I
that's
get your point.
So
When
Scott,
did
I've
those-
got, speaking of human trackables,
Yes.
I have a human trackable code ready to go. I just need to get the right tattoo and the right tattooist. So if anyone's listening out there and you're a tattooist and you want to give me a good tattoo, I have the tracking code ready to go. There you go. And you can be the first to discover it. There you go.
Wait, what's it called? Sorry, I'm gonna make fun of your accent. What's it called?
Well, the human
What-
trackable
No, what's it called?
tattoo
when they-
artist.
A tattoo? Is that what you're calling it? A
Tattoo artist. Yeah. A tattoo
tattoo.
artist. Yeah. What do you call it?
It's
What do
a
you call
tattoo.
it?
It's a tattoo.
A tattoo. A tattoo,
No, you
yeah,
said-
a tattoo. It's the same thing. I'm saying the same words, Scott. Jeez, it's the same.
Um,
the same as you, Scott. When you're there standing alongside and you go, the plane, the
Yeah,
plane.
sometimes he says
That's
tattoo
tattoo,
is
that's
tattoo is
tattoo.
a new H.
Tattoo.
A tattoo.
I don't hear any difference.
Tattoo is a new H.
I'm going to
Okay.
call you Tattoo from now on, Scott. You're the one that says on you. The plane. That's you. That's
I
you,
want to
Tattoo.
hear. I want to hear what planet Mos Eisley's Cantina is on from See My Shell.
What planet
What?
is Mos Eisley
What?
on?
Mos Eisley
Star
Cantina.
Wars. Mos Eisley
Star
Cantina
Wars.
is on what planet?
Where Han shot first.
You might not know. Do you know what planet
I have
that is?
no
Where
idea
Luke,
what you're
where
talking
Luke
about.
was from. What planet was Luke from?
I have no clue. I don't watch that movie show, whatever it is.
Oh,
It's from Tatooine.
It never
Say
made it
Tatooine.
down under.
Say Tatooine. Say
Tatooine.
it. Oh, he said it correctly.
Tatooine.
okay.
Tatooine.
Yeah, Tatooine.
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 Okay, so
Sorry.
okay, we're sorry. We're deep.
Tangent.
We're going down a rabbit hole. Sorry, guys. Okay, so the virtual trackables. When did those come about? Do you remember like when those started? Were those always around? I don't remember like in 2008 being able to get a car travel bug, but yet I don't remember when they came.
So I remember in 2000, early 2011, that it was very hip to go and get all the geomobiles and anyone who had a tattoo trackable, and just like people only had handfuls of log tattoo ones, and then maybe 10 or 20 cars. And I think my first block party, I got something like 50 cars, and it was like, that was a lot of geomobiles. Now today, it's like you go to a mega event and you go to a parking lot, and it's like plastered.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I mean, I don't do it. I
Everywhere.
don't do cars, but like I know whenever I go to a mega, my car is going to get hit a bunch of times. It's
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen
Like a big
cars with their actual their number plates as the actual code, the trackable code is their number plate. Like it's a real
Mhm.
number plate as well.
Oh yeah.
Or
Oh,
what do you
yes,
call
I've
it?
seen-
License. You call it
License
license plate.
License
Yeah,
plate.
license plate.
Number plate.
Yeah.
You're adorable. License plate. Yes.
Yeah, I took a picture of one driving down the road, and I wasn't sure, but it looked like a trackable, and they had another trackable up on the window, and it was like, I was like, I wonder if that's trackable.
I've seen like the front plate ones. I've seen those, like the front
Oh,
plates.
yeah.
No, this
In
was a
Illinois, you have
personali-
to have
this
your
was
front
a
plate. It's a law. You have to have your front license.
yeah, this was a personalized plate. Yeah, California is the same way. You got to have
plate. Back.
front and back,
Yeah.
and Texas as well.
New Jersey
Oh, Ryan
too.
Semmel says he got his first vehicle trackable in 09. So there you go. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember them being able to purchase in 08.
I think they were still relatively new during that time period. So that's
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. We are out of time, unfortunately, so we can't. But if you want to see the show notes, you can see all the things we didn't talk about. Trackables. But it's always a good show with Trackables. We always get calls. For some reason, people love talking about Trackables. I don't know why, because like nobody seems to like to move them, but everybody loves to talk about them.
Well, we need to do another trackable contest, both for the audience and for ourselves.
Oh, God, that took forever. Oh, it took forever. We'll talk about it for the beginning of the year next year.
Okay.
I can put I can
Party
put a trackable. I can put a trackable on my arm here.
On your arm? Yeah, I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get
on
it.
the microphone arm. No, microphone arm. You got the calling number. You can put a trackable here so people can discover. Yeah. See,
a lot of people do that. I think
There
Daryl did that.
Daryl had a sign in the back that he changed weekly.
in the background.
Oh yeah, weekly change. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
If I ever did a trackable tattoo, you would need a UV light to read it.
That's awesome. That's a great one, Chad.
Cool.
Well played on that. I'll give you applause on that one. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that idea. Okay, so next week's show. I've been sitting on this show, no pun intended. I've been sitting on this show for a year. And I keep putting it off, and I can't put it off anymore.
Oh God.
Next week's show, guys.
No longer.
Geocaching nude. That is the topic for next week. I've never done it. I know Chad's never done it. I'm
are we gonna
donuts? Chad's never done it. I bet Craig's done it. I think Craig's done it.
Yeah. I've got stories. But Scott, are we all going to be podcasting nude at the same time?
We
don't have to stand up. Well? Yeah, just shirtless. Three of us shirtless. That'd be good.
I don't think anybody wants to see any of us shirtless.
No.
The 40 people that will be in this shit, no desire.
We will have no live viewers.
Now we'd all find out the reason. Chad, we'll all find out the reason why Scott was called Jewbacker. That's what I'll say. I'll leave it at that.
So guys, if you have ever found a geocache nude, we would love for you to call in and talk about your experiences geocaching nude, because only one of us has done it. So guys, that's the topic next week. We're gonna learn all about the geocaching nude caches that are out there. Some are in the States, some are across the world, but that's next week's show that I've been trying to work my way in for a year now, and it's about time to do the geocaching
Scott,
nude one.
Scott, if people want to research.
Wait, hold on. I got two people talking at once. Chad, go first.
We've had at least one previous host that has done the geocaching in the nude.
One previous host. Who's geocache nude? Which one?
Head Hardhead.
Head Hardhead did a nude one.
He did the one on the beach in Florida.
God help us. Did he really?
Yes.
That's fantastic. That's amazing. Craig, go. Final thoughts.
Research before the next week's show. Everyone research before next week's show. I have a video out there of me geocaching in the nude, and so does Joshua, the geocaching vlogger. So there you go. The two of us have videos geocaching in the nude.
I gotta tell Joshua to
I'm aware.
Oh goodness. All right. So that's next week's show, guys. Geocaching nude. Chad, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Greg, thank you, sir, from the car.
Thank you, sir.
From West Virginia. We're in West Virginia, right? Is that where you are?
Yeah.
Morgantown.
Yeah, Morgantown, the home of Geo Woodstock 21.
You leave my niece alone.
Thank you all the callers.
She's a teacher there in Morgantown.
Thanks to all the callers who called in tonight. You guys made the show awesome, as you do every week. We love when you guys call in. So everybody have a safe week. Everybody be well, be safe, hug your loved ones. We will talk to you guys next week. Please join us again every Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, as we stream live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and on our website, geocachingpodcast.com. The archive video versions of our podcasts are available on our website or on our YouTube channel, and the audio versions are available wherever you find your favorite podcasts. If you like the show, please head on over to Apple Podcasts and rate, review, and subscribe. We really appreciate it, and it really helps the show when you do. If you prefer to watch the show, make sure you click that subscribe or get notified buttons to know exactly when we go live. And hey, if you haven't already, please consider becoming a patron of our show. With tiers starting as low as $5, you will get a ton of additional information, extra video, extra audio, only available to our patron members. Please head on over to patreon.com today and subscribe. That's patreon.com/thegeocachingpodcast. Thanks once again to our sponsors, Cachly, Logwork, FDF Geocacher Magazine, the Max Odds Body Company, Practical Geocaching, Arted Crafted, pathtags.com, Geocaching Adventures LLC, and GeoGo. Please visit our sponsors, and when you make a purchase, you tell them the GCPC sent you. That's all we got this week, so we'll see you next week talking geocaching, taking your phone calls. In the meantime, be good, be safe, hug your loved ones, and we'll talk to you guys next week. And we're clear. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Everybody be safe and be well. We will talk to you guys next week.
Scott,
Yes.
before you go.
Okay.
Are we still live? We're still live. Get off
We're
the
still
live.
live. I'm trying to. You won't let me. All right, guys. We'll see you all next week. Everybody be well and be safe. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.